Okay, good afternoon. This is Dr. Knoll, and I thought I'd give you a quick overview on how you can manage to go through week number 2 here as we're wrapping up week number 1. I think I've got most everybody either taking the Peregrine exam or the fact that you actually have taken it before and you've sent me your proof. So that's a great idea. Great wrap up there. We're kind of moving out of week 1 and in week 2. Basically, the first thing you have to do this week is you're going to have to take and choose your case. So this is where you'll actually put this in the case. Let me go ahead and switch to student view here. So you're going to actually, what you're going to do is you start assignment, and it's going to crop up here with a little text box. Just basically, I'm interested in which case that you guys have selected for weeks 2 and 3. Just jot that down, hit the submit assignment button, and you'll be all set to go. But I do need to know what case you're going to be working on for the next couple of weeks. And so the next thing we're going to do is come down here to week 2, and it's going to talk about case study 1A. Okay, so the first part of this, we kind of split up this single case into 2 areas. The first of it is going to be the fact that you're basically, the first part of this is you're going to be doing the research, okay, which is this part here. And you're going to give us the statement of problem. So this here basically is drill down to the problem. What we're trying to do in OB here is really look at the deep roots of the problem. Don't look at the surface. We want to go down in there, okay? And an example of that would be, the first thing would be if you're looking at a problem on the surface is, you have tension with an employee, and I'll use an employee example for you guys to take a look at that. So the first one would be you're having tension with an employee as a supervisor, but you're not. But really, obviously the problem is the fact you're having tension with them. So the next aspect of this would be, okay, what is the root cause of that problem? Is it the fact that is it your management style, your leadership style, or is it the fact that they're struggling at home? They've had somebody who's just pitched them out on the street. And they have nowhere to go. So they're struggling with those lower level Maslow needs of shelter and security, which gives you a different way of looking at it. So you have to really drill down to those root problems and not look at the fact that you're just having a problem employee. So what you're going to do is identify whichever of these cases that you select. Okay, for the first part, we're just going to go through this. I want you to take the time, really look at the root problems of the case. And the way you do the case study, there's also I've uploaded here in the home section the anatomy of a case study is kind of what I call it. But so what you've got here is on right here, the case study introduction. You can click on that. That's a PowerPoint that Dr. Sharp had put through together that walks you through how to do a case study. So let's go back down to assignments. Actually, I could do it there. And then we'll look at so that's actually due by next Sunday, by Sunday night, the 16th. But you need to let me know by Thursday night which one of these cases you're doing. Doesn't matter to me which ones you select. You can click on it and it should take you right to the actual case. So you'll need to complete the research section in this, which it definitely should be at least 1 page per article, kind of give you a little bit of a summation on, and then obviously put the research of your 2 articles in the back of the actual paper itself. So as a reference. So you're going to look at those aspects of this, okay? So we'll go back to home here, and then I can walk you through the last part of this, which is the discussion for this week. Okay, you've got 2 quizzes, and then the discussion here. Okay, so what I want you to do is you're going to take the self-assessments for this week. Also, there's an article and a video from this week talking about personal motivators. and responses to feedback, and how responses to feedback affect you both personally and professionally. In other words, how well do you deal with feedback, and what motivates you? Okay, in the first week we looked at things along the lines of introverts and extroverts and how well you function and where you fit on that scale. And now we're looking at this as being, okay, hey, I might have what do I motivate myself to do personally? And how do I respond to feedback? Do I respond to feedback well? Do I take it well? Or do I immediately get defensive? The self-assessments are going to help you look at that, as well as taking a look at yourself from the article. So what you're going to really want to do is, in the discussion, is put together a problem statement and looking down past those things that like that I talked about earlier about drilling down to what the problem is, not just looking at those surface issues. Also, you're going to want to put yourself together in a goal that you kind of how you would like to react to that. So putting together 2 SMART goals that would, and this little video will talk you about through the SMART goal process if you're not familiar with it. But thinking about that criteria being, specific, measurable, applicable, and then relevant and time bound. Okay. So looking at those aspects and really coming together and looking through that. If you have any questions throughout the week, feel free to reach out to me. I'll certainly be able to refine any of these. And I hope everybody's having a great Mother's Day.